For therapy, for purpose, for family.
Your destination has arrived.
Broadcasting to you from the creation station, from nation to nation, tribe worldwide, we are Tribe Strong. Welcome to WIP Wednesdays at Wowwy'z Workshop. Brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision.
Why, hello, everybody. Why, hello, and welcome to the Wowwy'z Show. WIP Wednesday, the Wowwy'z Workshop. How we doing, everybody? The sound is good? All right. Thank you, sir. The Mod Squad are going. Well, you guys, I come sliding in here today. Simon Breeds from Germany. He got in here, he snuck in here quickly, and was the first to make a comment. Daniel Tharp right on his heels, and then good old Grumpy. He's usually number one in here, but he was doing something. He came in at number 3. Then we had Rhinestone Suzanne. And then we had Joseph Geller. We got Dad. We got Happy Curmudgeon's Carvings. We got Joseph Pen on Fire. Stevens S. Carvings is here. Pete the Mad Scientist comes sliding in after Joseph. Jesus, Mark Anthony from New Zealand. Tribe Worldwide. We are Tribe Strong. Thank you guys for coming, man. Choo! Perry the Carving Wizard is in the house. Is it changed now? What does it say here? Perry the Wood Carving Wizard. Okay, maybe it was always like that. I thought I just say Perry the Carving Wizard. Thank you for coming, brother. How are you doing, Per? Thank everybody for being here. Oh, Rhinestone's driving. Okay, you drive safe. Oh, and Hobo Jack. My goodness, Hobo Jack is watching on the big TV. Look at this here. We are officially blessed by Hobo Jack. How you doing, brother? Much love to you. Thank you for watching. And Stevens S. Carvings, if you're watching with the missus. That one's for her. That one's for her. That's for all the ladies. How you doing, Sean? Eep Jen is in the house. Hello. How you doing, Jen? That's awesome. Thank you for coming. Simon Breeds is here. And say hello to Maria. And Mark, if Anwin's around, please tell her that Mr. Wowie says hello. That is awesome. How you doing? Happy Curmudgeon. And Scott is in the house. Dad. Oh, the tribe are here. Oh, the good people are here. Oh, Pen on Fire just got off work. Well, thank you for coming in there, Sean. I'm sorry I missed your other lives there, Sean. I'm trying to get in there. Oh, look at this. Look at this man in blue come sliding in. Mr. Spike. Spike in the Mod Squad. How you doing, brother? And you guys, I'm going to get this off my chest right now so I don't forget. Spike has started a new GoFundMe for our founder of Carving Fusion and our Kindred Spirits Wood Carvings group, Mr. Jordy Johnson himself. Now, I guess Jordy had his Echo saw blew out on him, and this is one of the main ones that he uses. And Spike, being the wicked wolf brother that he is, he stepped up and did this for him. And we posted it in the Kindred Spirits group just now before I came out here. And I just wanted to spread out the word to look for that and help if you can. Every little bit adds up. We've done that before for Jordy and other past things. He's rallied when he really needs a new tool, right? So I wanted to tell everybody about that. There's Hobo Jack. How you doing, sir? Hey, just look at this here. I just wanted to show how would I do that? To main. Yeah. So this is what I look at, and I gotta do this. So this is what's, does that thing spin anymore? No? Oh yeah, there it goes. So this is this is my overhead, and this is what I look at when I'm getting ready. So I've got to go around to it that Mr. Pete Blair made. We've got to do it to it. We got Algie. This is where Algie sits, and she's safe. That's the algorithm hamster, you guys. You give my stream a like, she gets a pellet. If you subscribe and become one of Wowwy'z Wonders, she gets a yogurt drop, and she loves yogurt drops, and she's looking a little slim. Now these are special things from Hobo Jack. This is a really special symbol of his, and there's some deep meaning in that. And there's his Hobo Hideaway handcrafted arts. So I just wanted to show you guys that. That's what I look at, and then I just and then we're at the overhead. And then just give me a moment so I can dial that bad boy in. Alrighty. So I just wanted to show you guys the little party that goes on in here while I'm getting ready. Ciao! Yep, there's hi to anyone that I've missed, says Spike. Thanks for Stevens S. Carvings. How are you doing, brother? He's waving. That's so cool. LaRue is in the house. Is LaRue in the house? Where are my freaking manners?
LaRue is in the house in the VIP. LaRue is in the house in the VIP. He's watching everyone, so don't be playing with me. LaRue is in the house in the VIP.
There we go, folks. Holy shit, what was that, eh? LaRue is in the house. And that is the VIP up there. He's watching you guys, so don't piss around. Hey, Grump. Ain't that right? Well, I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything here. People just keep on sliding in. Tribe strong. We are. Tribe worldwide, you guys. You guys are just amazing. You guys are all wonders and part of the family, and we truly appreciate you sharing your precious time with old Wowwy and Two Brothers, One Vision. Now, I've been busy. I have been busy, you guys. I don't want to give too much away because I have done a little bit of recording and stuff. But last Wednesday, I don't know if I might have mentioned it, but last Wednesday was the delivery day for a new, just a small, it's not a big shed. It's not a 10 by 10. It's a 6 foot high by 5 foot wide, 6 foot high, and almost 3 foot deep shed. And it's got 2 doors, and you put your lawnmower and your just all your garden tools and rakes and stuff in it. But I bought mine, and this is a big thing for Wowwy, you guys. I don't got lots of cash, you know. And with everything that's been going on and the mailing of stuff I've been doing, and that eats away at my tool. Like I kind of get I don't care. I don't mind telling you guys. I get like $100 to $150 a month to put in my pocket to spend on a tool or something I want. All my bills are paid and stuff, and plus I help out my family and stuff on the side. But then I get a little Wowwy money, right? So when you only got like $150 a month profit to put in your pocket in your tool account, your tool bank, I guess you'd call it, it takes a while to get these things. And so, but I saved up, And with some help from Katie, Spooky Doobie's parents, at Christmas time, I got money for this thing. So it got delivered last Wednesday, and that's why I had to be gone at 4 because they didn't end up having to come until 6:30. But I got a little story about that. So I sat here freaking out, man, thinking that, oh, did they come? What the frick is happening? That thing cost me $500. I'm freaking out, right? I sat here. So I finally phoned head office. They said, no, we had this thing with a truck, and then the truck didn't show up, and then we had 2 trucks show up at the same time, and JP, or whatever, that was his name, JP was working on that, and then he was late. So he comes rolling in at 6:30, and you can just see it on this poor kid's face. And he was an East Indian fellow, and I don't know if he was like extremely good with English, but this is the nicest guy and so helpful. And he insisted, like we were getting it out and putting it on the dolly, and he was like, no, I'll do it. So I said, I gotta buck back, right? And we were gonna go through the house, and I said, well, we do have an alley and a little back thing, but it's like you got to go up this grass hill, and then you got to go around, and then there's a long back alley with gravel. And he's like, no, I'll do it for you. No worries, man. And so he pushes this thing, and it's rocking and rolling. And we finally get to my backyard, and I'm just like looking at it, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this frickin' thing. But anyways, it's here. This is happening. And so he gets it down on the ground and stuff, and says, can you manage with this and stuff? And he made sure that I was going to be okay, which I really, really appreciated. Now, I came from the service industry. I was a bartender and a bar manager and all of that stuff for many, many years. I understand tipping. I understand gratuity. I understand that whole world. I'm one of the biggest tippers you'll ever see, and ask Spooky Doobie because she knows, and she's been getting better too. But I understand, and I believe in karma. I truly do, right? So. But I didn't have any cash on me that day. And so when it was all said and done, I walked over to the guy, and I'm like, brother, and I'm giving them fists, right? Because we're going to fist bump. And I'm like, brother, you're a savior, man. Thank you so much. And I put my fist out, and he puts his hand underneath. Because he thinks I'm giving him a tip. And I was like, oh, my God. And instantly, man, my heart just crushed. And I had to let go of my hand, and I squeezed his hand instead. And I looked him in the eye and I said, thank you very, very much. You really, really helped me here. And he's like, no problems, man, no problems. I'm happy to do it. And he loaded up and went, and you could just tell this poor guy was so freaking tired. He must have been just running his ass off for whatever happened in the morning. Well, old Wowie, he's got a heart, a bleeding heart, is the way some people say it. And it bugged me. And I talked to Katie. She said I brought it up like 4 or 5 times. So I said, fuck this. We're going to Canadian Tire. And it started out, I was thinking, well, they only did deliveries on Wednesdays. Okay, I'm going to try and speed this up. They only did deliveries on Wednesdays, so I'm thinking, I'm never going to find this guy again. It's probably some outside outfit that does it for them, right? Because it was like only on Wednesdays from here till there, da-da-da-da. But then I was like, I'm just going to, because he did come in a Canadian Tire van. It wasn't a big van, but it was a extended long utility van. So I'm like, frick it, let's just go there and let's see what happens. It wasn't Wednesday, so it wasn't his day to do deliveries or whatever. Now let's just go see what happens. So I went there and I said to the lady, I went up to the lady in the sports department, I'm like, I explained it to her, and at first she kind of had this kind of look on her face, right? And then she kind of had this little grin, and she was like, oh, that's PJ. He's in the back today. And I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I would love to be able to give him this tip and get this weight off my chest, right? And she got this little glint in her eye, and then she like winked at me, and she's like, goes on a walkie-talkie. She's like, PJ, can you report to sports, please? And she had a UK accent, but I'm not going to try and slaughter that. And he replied, and she's like, please come out to the sports desk, PJ. I have a customer here that wants to speak to you. And you could tell that he was like, and he said, what do they want? Or something like that. And she's like, please come here. This customer needs to speak to you, PJ. And then she come to the middle doors. And then she walks me through, and we go to the middle doors and go to the big warehouse, and I'm one standing there. So this guy comes out, and he like peeks around, and he's got this look on his eye, and he's looking up at him, and he's like, holy shit, like he thinks he's gonna get in trouble, right? And then he looks, and he can kind of reply, and I'm like, PJ, and then I'm like, Larry Deb, and I'm like, you dropped off my shed last week, and he was like looking at me, and he's like, oh yeah, very, very last one, and I'm like, yeah, dude, and I'm like, I am so sorry I didn't have a tip for you, brother, but here you go. I slapped him a 20 in his hand, he looked at it, and I've never seen, like, $20 is just, you know, he can go buy a burger and a coffee or a drink, and it's gone, but to see that in his eyes, that I hunted him down and I did that, you know? It was just such a weight off me, and now I have this shed that I'm going to be able to put my did I get it up? We don't know. I made a video. I'm making a video, so you're going to have to wait and see. But, yeah, man, it was something that really, really made me happy that I went and did that. And because he deserved it, man. He deserves it so much. I wish I could have slapped him 100, but... oh, man. Tarek is in the house. How you doing, Tarek? Oh, there's Maria is here. Maria Breeds. Guten Abend, Maria. That's awesome. So sorry, guys. I just had to tell you guys that. And so I've been working my butt off, and we're going to have to see what happened with all of that. And then also, you guys can't see it here, but yesterday, by myself, I hung up a special storage rack to hang DeWalt tools on. And you could be hanging, you know, Milwaukee or whatever, but you know, it's all these tools with the batteries. So they have slots in it. So I put that up yesterday. Piece of crap. I thought I was getting something good, but I should have known because I had to get a 2-foot one because I only have a little spot here, and they usually come in 36-inch, these shelves. But the only one that had a 2-foot option was kind of rinky-dinky, and I was like, oh man, it was only $56 on sale, so I tried it. I put it together yesterday. The holes, of course, there's no studs where the studs need to be, and so I found this piece of shit plywood behind the shed for our strata, and so I used that. Then I screwed the plywood to the studs, so that I could take the shelf and then screw the shelf into the plywood, and everything stay, right? So I got that done yesterday, and I'm pretty damn proud of myself for doing that. With old Wowie, holding everything up there with a drill and frickin', making it level. Oh my God, some interesting words were spilt. Let me tell you that. Tipping is strange in New Zealand. It's just not done over here. Well, a lot of places have it built right in, like a gratuity built into prices and stuff, and so it's not really expected. Every country is different, but yeah, it's it all depends. Some places will ask for a tip when it's just like it's not warranted. You know, there's no like service being happened. You're just going through a line, bam, bam, bam. But there's also, like, the service industry and people who are out there not making shit per hour, but they're really, really trying hard and, you know, just bringing you your dinner and this and that. And I always give them a little bit extra, right? It's just the way I am. Everybody's different. I don't expect everybody to be the same as me, but I'm just telling you how I am. And holy Christ, did that feel good to get that off my chest and give PJ what he deserved. Alrighty. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, I am so stoked that I actually pulled it off and got this thing. Saved up for it, that is. But who knows if it got up? I don't know. I don't know if it... We got to see. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out for that. All right, that's enough while we rambling. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. You know, when you got to, like, save up for stuff like that, it's... It makes you really appreciate this stuff when you get it, you know? It really, really makes you appreciate and look after the stuff, you know? I have a deep, deep sense of appreciation for every single thing that I get and get my hands on, and so my stuff lasts a long, long time, you know? Because I really, really take care of it. I've always been like that. That's awesome, Larry. Thank you. How you doing, Tark? So you just been whittling away or whittling the storm there, Tark. You doing wicked, man. Perry the Carving Wizard just posted an owl in Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers. Hey, you guys, if you're not in Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers on Facebook, you're missing out. It's a tribe of people that are just lovely, and make awesome things, and we all learn from each other, and we all support each other. I'm just saying. My goodness, is it warm in here? I gotta have a sip here. Hopefully I can make it for the whole time here, you guys. Oh, it is hot in here. So Wowwy'z just gonna do his best and see how long he can give her for. That's what she said. No, Wowie, don't do that. Don't do that. This is a family safe program, for fuck's sakes. Jesus. All right. Hopefully somebody made them laugh. Oh, I restarted Dremel carving again too. Awesome, Torque. Hello, Aiden. How you doing, man? How? Aiden caught that one. Night Owls in the house. Ireland. So we got New Zealand, we got Scotland, we got Ireland, we got the UK, we got the USA, we got Canada. Holy Jesus. That is Tribe Worldwide. Cross, cheers, says Maria. Thank you, ma'am. Want to trade stickers? Are you talking to me, Jem? Because I would love some of your stickers. And I'm getting through my list. I just got Monty King's sent on Monday. Matt Watchler, I promised him a few things, and I'm getting that sent tomorrow. And then I'm going to be moving on to the, I'm going to be sending something to Trent Humphreys for Stephen S. Carvings. I got to get those knocked off. Trisha Trotter. I decided that, now it's going to be a weird thing because I'm starting it like next month, but now in Kindred Spirits, every month I do a featured member. We do a featured member, and that person gets a collage made of their work, and that's the cover photo. And then we have a little bio, like a carving bio in the description. And then we just, we call them the lighthouse of the month, the featured member, and just celebrate our members, right? The tribe. And it's a really awesome way to get to know everybody and see their stuff, and not everybody doesn't always see everything. It depends when you're online, and it depends when you pop into the group and stuff. So it's a good way to, and so I'm going to start, oh yeah, Shauna Flesher I need a box for yet. Hobo Jack, I got something in the works for. But what I've decided to do is that whenever there's a featured member, I'm going to send them 3 stickers, 3 Kindred Spirits stickers, and a Kindred Spirits mug. I'm going to do that once a month for our wood group. And just a way to thank them for being there, and to celebrate them, like I said, and just to give back. So I was thinking, now that we had a lot of people that have been featured members, they're going to be like, hey, where's my fucking coffee mug? But I also thought, I think we should be able to do it so that people can be like, this is so-and-so's second time being featured. You should be able to do it numerous times, I think, anyways, because this is years and years and years we've been part of these wood groups. So, yeah. So I'll fix everybody up eventually, man. Wowie gets there. But sometimes the thing that holds me back is that I have to wait till I get paid next, right? So I'll send so many packages away, and pay for the shipping myself, and then I have to wait till next month. So it's not that I'm putting you guys off. It's because I have to be able to pay for it. So that's why it takes Wowie a while. I'm not tardy. Yes. I'm just checking. Okay, everything is good. Now, you guys, we got to talk about what we're doing today. We're continuing on. I'll put on our overhead here. We got all the views in the house. Webbot is here. So when we need them today, we'll. Hey, Webbot, how you doing? Thank you for your service, little buddy. Beep boop. Okay, now I'll go to the 2 main here. It's easier to see. And also on the 2 main, I don't know why I don't do this more often. I have the power to focus. So, from Trees of These is here. Hello, how you doing, for Trees of These? Thank you so much for popping in. That's awesome. How? Whole tribe is showing up today. That is awesome. And as you can see on the top there, we are Kutzall affiliates. If you use my link and it's down below, you'll get a discount, and it gives the channel a little tiny credit. And I put it right back into what I was just talking about, the stickers, the shipping, all of that. It goes back into the members, to you guys. So every little bit helps and is appreciated. Okay, guys, we are continuing on this piece. Now, I got to get a bit serious now. I have a dear friend who's an amazing artist out here on Vancouver Island. Her name is Coco Jones. I actually did a tribe mail, and I can't recall right now what I sent her or what it was exactly. It was years and years ago. It was one of the early tribe mails, but I kind of did a little video featuring her and her some of her artwork and stuff, and talked about Coco. She lost a son. Now, it wasn't expected. I don't feel I should say too much, but what I will say is that, okay, there's a huge world of, and it's new research, it's new breaking research, and it's amazing research using psychedelics and these new ways of breaking through depression, breaking through anxiety, using different psychedelics as medicinal, right? Now, Coco's son had been using them, and I don't know if it was ayahuasca or exactly what the details were, but he was by himself. Now, when you're using these really, really strong psychedelics, it is a known thing in the circles that you have kind of like a trip mate, and they're the person that takes care of you through the whole thing and watches out for you and make sure if you start tripping balls and stuff, pet your head and get you through it. Because not all the time you have an amazing experience with fairies and stuff. There's a lot of dark stuff that you confront doing the stuff like this, right? Now, I'm a strong believer, especially like with mushrooms, psilocybin. I'll just say mushrooms. I don't know how to say the proper word. Dabbling in them changed my life and my levels of empathy and compassion and just connection with the universe. I swear by that. But there are stronger things that can be, like DMT, and there's all these things, ayahuasca, like I said, that are very, very strong, and you got to be very, very careful about it. Now, Coco's son was by himself, and something happened where he was under duress, and he took his own life. And it's just horrible, man. Like, I cannot express what I've been feeling for this poor lady. It was so sudden and unexpected, and he's doing something that we all kind of like. There's circles out here on the island that are fighting for these things, these causes about using these medicines, and so for this to happen is such a huge, not only a blow to their family and for losing her son, but just to the cause itself. It's just a horrible thing. Now, this piece, I always kind of thought of Coco, and that's before this happened. When I was like starting the design of this, it's just, if you saw her art, you would understand. She's very, very, she's like a shaman, and she does like rituals and she uses drums, she uses chanting and stuff. She's really, really big into the indigenous, into the languages out here, for the tribes out here on Vancouver Island. She's very, very close with different tribes. I think she might be Métis herself, but with not the same tribes as I am, as me and my brother are. But she there's a lot about her that I don't know, but I do know that she is very, very spiritual and very, very at one with nature and connection and vibration and frequency and all of these things. I think this piece is a perfect gift for her. Now, I was going to do open eyes, and I had this plan, and it was going to be a little bit, I thought maybe a little bit whimsical and stuff, but the more I think about it, I'm thinking that this should be a reflection of inner peace, because her inner peace is going to be very, very, it's going to be trying for her, and it's going to be a hard time for her losing her son. Now, I was thinking about, you know, a big lips and stuff, but now I'm thinking if I can I'm gonna shape the eyes more and get it you keep working from the bottom and the top until your line connects. You could leave it like this, but I want the eyes to have, you know, you can see the full eye. So I'm gonna work a little bit there, refine them a bit, and then I think I'm gonna make closed eyes just for a look of serenity and peace. And I want her, when this is done, now back here we have the two leaves that are kind of reaching out to each other, and then this connection here of the swirl, of the kind of like the clouds, I was calling them, coming together and being forever like this connection. And I see that, like a connection with your son's spirit. Oh man, this is so hard. Hello, Jane. How are you doing, sister? Thank you for coming, Jane. As a nurse, I say there is definitely a medicinal purpose in mushrooms. Yes, there is. I agree 100%. That's so awesome you came. Jane, I love it. Love it when the sisters come. Oh, man. Yes, Kutzall does have amazing burrs. Hi, Wowie, I chat, says Jane. Thanks for coming, Jane. Holy smokes, you can do it, Larry. I believe in you. Thank you, Sean. Yes. You know, I didn't know Jacob, her son, but I know her family through her posts and just everything that she shares. And, you know, you grow to know a person. And Coco is like this, like a mama bear like no other. Like, she has a whole bunch of kids, and they're all these amazing artists and stuff. And Jacob, she calls him Jakob, he did things with bone and drums and animal skins and stuff, and he made different things. He made pottery. He was an amazing artist. And yeah, this is just so tragic and unexpected and so sad, because he's taking these things to broaden his awareness and his imaginations and his empathy and compassion and all the things that happen when you do them. But it went bad, and he was by himself. And it's just a tragic thing to happen. You know, as all tragedies are, they just hit you like a T-bone, unexpected, out of nowhere, right? So, you guys, we are going to make this a piece, so she can always remind herself to not lose her inner peace and her inner light. And I think that would be really, really cool to do that for her. Okay. Yeah, I am feeling her pain, Jane. It's welcome back, Randstone. I'm sorry, I just told a pretty sad story there, but yes, he's out of his emotional pain now. One of these days we will all find our own emotional peace. That's right. We will all go back home at one point, Jane. And like I've said before in my live streams, that we are all part of one creator. Our souls are all fire from the same source. I see everybody on this planet as equal. And if you're a human being with a soul inside, you deserve the exact same as the next person. And that goes for, I don't care what country, ethnicity, anything. That is how I've always felt, and it's how I'll feel to the day I die. And I am not one for division, as you guys well know. There is, we will all, and that's why I say when we do lose people, as much as it hurts to lose them, you're only losing their physical body, because their spirit and their soul remain. And I'll go to my dying day knowing and believing that wholeheartedly. So we're going to make this an amazing, amazing piece for Coco, you guys. So, with that, having that said, and yes, I have a pink bandana. I just so happen to actually like that color. Okay? I'll fight you for it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just gotta. Yes, we are, Spike. That is right. That is right. They're all still here with you. That's right, Joseph. And I think a beautiful piece, that was turned like this from peat, and such a beautiful piece of spalted maple, and I think that's the right thing to do. I made a quote years ago that says, "Follow the whisper of your soul; it will not lead you astray." And I live my life that way, and I listen to that inner voice, and that's what we're going to do. Jen says, my brother passed away on the 7th, 2 years ago. A rough month. Oh, much love to you, sister. Really, really sorry for that. Oh. Jane says, I used to be a hospice nurse. It's pretty amazing when we witness someone going to a better place, because this existence can be painful and difficult. You sure are right. And you know what? As somebody that lives with chronic pain, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys, and it's just all fairy farts and whatever in Larry's life. It isn't. It's hard, and that's why I'm such a champion when it comes to the Maiden Pain movement, that I try and keep going, and just to acknowledge people that are out there and they suffer, but yet they still get up every day and they do their damn best, and especially the creators and the artists with disabilities. I feel so strongly about all of that, because I'm not going to lie to you. There have been times when I've went there in my mind, just because of the, when the pain doesn't ever go away. Like Katie and I were just talking about it. I've had 20 years of it. Well, in 2005, so does that mean 21 years? Fuck, And I'll tell people, like, in the beginning, I didn't get out of bed. And then I used a cane for years, and did every type of physical rehab, everything, spinal surgery, removing the disc, everything, failed surgery, all of these things, But I'm like 10 years sober now. I will have a beer once in a while, but it just don't do it for me anymore. I'm a full-blown alcoholic, so I dropped that, or I'd be divorced and dead by now. I quit smoking. I wanted to quit smoking, but what happened was that I ended up passing out walking my dog, so I was forced to quit smoking cigarettes. Thank goodness I can still dabble with the other, because it's one of my pain meds. But yeah, these past 10 years, I've really grown healthy and stronger. I lift my little 20-pound weights. I can't do any more than 20 pounds with each arm because I end up hurting myself, but I lift them. I do these. I walk every day. I do all these things. What you see isn't right after, like when I got hurt. This isn't how I am right after my injury. Right after my injury, I was bedridden and a freaking mess and broken. It takes a long time to get here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh. Yeah, we keep going until we just can't, whether it's physical or mental pain. That's right, Jane. It's so hard. Much love to all of you guys, because I know you guys are all just amazing people and wonders. Like I say, you truly are. Each and every one of you are just miraculous miracle machines. That's why I call you wonders. And I know you guys are all very, 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 very loving, kind people. And so I thank you in the chat. I can see it. I can't read everything, but I can see that you guys are feeling it too, and talking about your own loved ones of past and stuff. And I'm sorry I didn't want to make things sad. That's what's happening with this piece. And so we're going to do that for Coco, and we're going to make it as best as we can. So, with that being said, I think a swooping kind of closed eye that meets up into there. I'll just draw this on so I have a little bit of a reference point, but They might, maybe if I go a bit lower, it'll look better. So you can really see that her eyes are closed. I don't know yet, but what I have to do first is have those eyes meet. Like I'll work them down a little bit more, and then I'll worry about drawing it on. Already I've seen that it's not the same, Wowie. So we're going to do that. I got my microcarver here with a 7144 in it, Dremel. That little diamond burner that I love. So I'm going to use that and start doing that. We are going to be listening to some music, folks. I have to get the PPE down and ready. Do the old Carbon Fusion Spider check, because that would not be a good time. And again, if you weren't here when I said it in the first part, Spike just started a GoFundMe to help Jordy get a new saw. So you guys, if you're friends with us on Facebook, I'll probably share it too onto my personal, but we just posted it in Kindred Spirits. And even if it's only $5, that stuff adds up. Tribe strong. I know we can do it. I know we can help. Did you get a new microcarver? Pen on fire? That's awesome. You can bench press 150 pounds. Holy spokes! Oh, you can still press 150, but it's 10 pounds at a time. I understand. Because we are a badass, just saying, Tribe strong. Thank you, Jen. Tribe frickin' strong, man. You guys are just awesome people. Thank you. That's awesome, Pen on Fire. You deserve it, brother. I'm going to be helping Sean, too. We hope to do a live together where I'll be his guest or whatever. Watch what you wish for, buddy. I know, I'm just kidding. I'll be good. But I want to help Sean in his channel. You guys, if you haven't yet, go to Pen on Fire and subscribe to him. We got to get him up there and get him up to 1,000 someday. I know we can all help Sean together. And I've been making him some tunes for his, so he has copyright-free music. You know, it's cool that if you have a friend that can make the tunes for you, because then they're not in like YouTube Studios has a really, really big library of music that you can use, and it's like it's copyright free, but you don't have to mention the creator. Some of them you do, and you have to say that in your description in your YouTube video. You have to mention them, or you can get a strike or something. But there's a way of searching the YouTube library where it's no mentions needed. It's just totally free, and I use some of that music. But it's available to everybody, right? So it's cool if you can have a friend make up some of the songs for you, because nobody else has it. And I love that about the music here and stuff that LaRue does with me. You know, you don't find it anywhere else, and that's just cool. I just like being like that, right? I love them. He said, I'm not that tech savvy. Hey, it's all I'm doing is shooting, making different prompts, buddy. I'm not claiming that I'm making that music. It's, LaRue and Suno, but I just don't, it's not one and done for me, man. I'll sit there 30, 50 times until it sounds right and it's actually cool. And when you write heavy metal, like when you ask for heavy metal or heavy rock, they make like really, really cheesy guitar. Like it'll be a rockin' beat, and then all of a sudden, and then the drums will be way too fast, because I'm a drummer, I understand drums, and the drums will be like this double kick bass, like, it's just like, oh, fuck, man, no, and then the whole thing, you gotta, like, do it again. So, yeah, it's not super, super easy, but it's way easier than making them from scratch, because as you guys know, with my old, with the old original Wowwy'z Workshop song, that's just me and the guitar and GarageBand and a bass and stuff that I put together myself. It took a long time to make that dinky little song, but yes, it's not easy making music. So Suno really does help. Okay, guys, I'm going to play some music while we do this. Let's go to the new playlist. Sorry. And when I start the whoop. It looks a bit out of. There we go. Hello, Timless. How you doing? Perry's Emporium. How you doing? This community was built on helping each other out. That's right, Spike. Frickin' rights, man.
Down in Wowwy'z workshop, where we use art each day to chase the blues away. Down in Wowwy'z workshop. Brought to you by two brothers, one vision.
Here we go. Need a little break after that session. Whew. How are we doing? We still got some people there. We got people talking. Peter's talking. The Grumpy's talking. To Joseph. One of mine is here. How you doing, brother? How's it going? One of mine from Oregon. Nice that you were here, brother. Perry's Emporium. That is awesome. Thank you, guys. I know I had a little bit of a long one there. Long little stretch. Everybody's just saying hello to one of mine. I don't think I've missed too much. Radstone. Cool music to paint, too. Okay. Okay, guys. Gotta make sure that I don't frickin' overheat and have a great goddamn pass-out situation on live television. How are we doing for time? 3:06. My battery is halfway dead, so we're doing okay. Oh, can you hear me okay? Yes, Barry, I will. Oh, Pete's sitting in his lazy boy trying not to let the music lull him to sleep. Don't fall asleep. If that's the case, I got some bangers that I can put on for you, Pete. Oh, goodness. So you guys, as you saw there, I started working on those eyes. Sorry. Getting them to meet in there. I know it's kind of easier said than done. I was going in there with just a second. I was going in there with this one, but it wasn't taking the material away like I needed it to, because it's only a diamond burr, right? So I slapped on that frickin' the new Kutzall high fine detail kit. That's what I was using. That little pointy one. Sorry guys, I cannot let it down. Like, so much to do and only a tiny bit of time to do it. Okay, stop, Wowie. I know that's probably not the nicest thing to come across on the old microphone. But we're basically there. I don't have to go too crazy in these tiny little areas. Fine, fitting areas. Sorry, that's from an old comedy skit. My stepdad used to have on tape. Yeah, back when you'd hear, like, you'd have to listen to a person's comedy routine, you know, on a cassette tape. Back in the day. And yes, I was working on that nose, just trying to get it as even and symmetrical as I can. I know no noses and no faces are 100% symmetrical. It's not biologically possible. But you can get pretty damn close. And basically, the way our world works is the people with the most symmetrical faces are the ones that, you know, society thinks are the best looking. But poo-poo on that. My face is not symmetrical by any means. Broken my poor nose so many times. It's like 13 or 14 times total. But one of those times was plastic surgery, so it was intentional. That's when I was 26, I think. And then by the time I was 30-something, or maybe, it was probably by mid-30s when I took the bar stool across my face. And so my perfect straight nose, and I almost died. The hell, here's this for a story. Me and my brother had these, Irish girlfriends. They were from Ireland. They're from Northern Derry. Oh, firecrackers, let me tell you. We met them and we were living in Calgary, Alberta. So we have this summer together where me and my brother each got an Irish girlfriend. And they were like really, really good friends. They were all here together. And we had like 2 months, a romance of 2 months, right? Well, leading up to my surgery was a month of partying, and these girls couldn't drink. The Irish girls, man, they could drink us. They could keep up with me, and I used to be a piss tank, right? And these girls were just crazy, but awesome, like class. Like, don't get me wrong, just because they were partiers doesn't mean they weren't class. No, they weren't like you know, crazy party girls. They were very, very. They had class, okay? Wowie wasn't just jumping in the bed with these ones. It was easy. It wasn't easy, okay? But we're not going to get into that. Now, I had my plastic surgery set, and when they gave me, like, the pamphlets and stuff to getting ready for your surgery, it said be 24 hours alcohol and drug whatever free, because you don't want to be messing with the anesthesia, and you have to have, you know, your blood can't be too thin, because it's a, you know, it's a major surgery. They did all of the whatever deviated septum shit, whatever. My nose was a mess, right? So what do? We drink and party with these Irish girls for 3 weeks straight, like just giving her. And then what do? I stop for 24 hours, and then I go into my surgery. Well, let me tell you, if you're drinking for 3 weeks straight, barely eating, and then you go into surgery, well, it ain't going to go well for you, okay? I almost died because my blood, I wouldn't clot, okay? So get this. I woke up. The surgery was done, and they had just put the packing in, but I woke up, and they couldn't get me to my bleeding to stop. So when I woke up at the surgery, there was about 8 people bent over me, all covered in blood, because I'm coughing and spitting. I got this kidney-shaped thing under here in my chin, and it's just coming out of my mouth and throat because my nose is packed with packing. And they're like freaking out. And I ended up losing like over a pint of blood. It was bad, man. I almost died. Why? Because I'm an idiot, okay? If you're ever going for... I don't need to tell you guys. You guys aren't going to be as stupid as I was. Just Kai Rob is in the house. How you doing, brother? Oh, man. Thanks for popping in. Squatch juice. Yep, the squatch juice. You remember that, don't ya, Joseph? Rawr. Yep, my sounds good. I was jamming to your music and mowing while I was watching, brother. Awesome. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, some dubstep will wake old Pete up. How you doing, Just Carver Rob? Thanks for popping in, bro. Tarek is still here. Spike. All right. Rob is in the house. Thanks for coming, brother. You know, sure does mean a lot to old Wowie. And I try and pop into yours, too. You've been going live a lot more often, Rob. That's awesome. Just 1 second. Excuse me, you guys. I got freaking maple sawdust up my nose. Woo! Awesome to see Just Carve Rob come and visit old Wowie. Ah, hit that. My goodness. What a mess I am. That's awesome. Hopefully old Jordy will come popping in someday again soon. Still Kicking Larry going live at 8 o'clock with Kevin? Oh, with Sticks and Stones? Kevin? Not a good story when I have surgery on the 1st of June. Well, just don't be a reject like myself. Because I just couldn't miss any of those days with those Irish girls, man. It was just like the summer of love and then the summer of almost frickin' dying from the loss of blood. I drink moonshine from time to time. It gives you 4-wheel drive, says Pen on Fires. That's funny. You know, I still will have, like, I am an alcoholic, admittedly. My father was. He's a long time sober now. And our grandparents were on my mom's side. My grandfather was. Not on my dad's. But it's in our blood, right? So yeah, I just know better. I just had to stop. And especially when you're using it for like, as soon as the pain came into my life, I couldn't, because I used to, when I first got hurt and I could get out of bed, like in the beginning, I still was trying to go back to work. And I was going to work and I would just sit in the back there and I would make it for a couple of hours until I had to go home because I was just hurting too bad. And I was going to home and I was going to work and I was filling my my big coffee to go thing with red wine. And then I'd eat like 6 Robaxacets, the strongest you could get, because this is before I was even MRI'd and before I got proper meds. So I was in so much pain. So I was going to work, drink red wine and Robaxacet to get me through like 3 hours. I tried that for a little while and then it all went to shit. And then there was no more work for Larry because I can't say I'll be there for 8 hours or I'll be there for a half day. I can't guarantee myself anywhere, right? So then that's when they took me out of the workforce, and then I was all put through all my rehab things. Jesus, I just think of the times, you know, when people did have to talk to me, freaking red wine mouth with my tongue and my teeth, and at work, like, Jesus, are you crazy, kid? Is So in the house? Hello, So. How are you doing? Tribe strong, sister. Love, So's currently doing a wood burning of a Highland cow. You know, the ones with the bangs? The awesome ones? And she's doing really, really good. I know it's kind of new territory for her. But she's doing really, really well. You're on fire, so keep it up, sister. That's awesome. But yeah, you guys, when I say I've, you know, been there, done that, and I've learned things the hard way, take Wowwy'z word for it, because I have. I've lived the craziest freaking life you could think. Like, if I seriously, like, I could write movie scripts and they're real experiences, but, you know, like movies like, you know, Super Bad, or, you know, just one of those movies where it's a complete week of craziness and parties and every, you know, hotel fights and this and that and hotel parties in West Edmonton Mall, and I like the movie that I could make would just blow away any of these ones that are currently on that, and they'd all be true stories too. But I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that too. Oh man, I'm talking to you, Spike. Yes. And hey, well, I always say when I roll into frickin' heaven, I'm gonna be on 3 tires, muffler dragging, fucking 1 door bent and dragging. I'm cashing in this old body, frickin' on 3 wheels and a blown engine. If you want to come from one of them, I can give you a code, save 10% off. That's cool. I forget about that, Pete. I too want to be a Fordham affiliate, but I still haven't. I have never formally applied. But the last time when I was talking to Fordham, I asked them if they'd have any problem doing it in my wife's name, because that's for tax purposes, and then I just never got a reply. So either they thought I was like shifty, but that's not the case. It's just for literal, because I'm disabled, right? You got to be careful with that stuff. But yeah, I would love to do that. I think maybe even too, they saw, that's back when I was like at 400 subs. So maybe once I break 1,000, maybe they'll reconsider. But anybody, if you guys ever need it, you want anything from Fordham, ask Pete. He can hook you up with a code or something. Oh, no worries. No worries, Happy Curmudgeon. He's digging around in his carving shed. I'm just happy you're still hanging out, brother. Your time is very much appreciated. Okay, dokie. Well, I should still keep talking about the artwork we're doing here. We're doing a special vase. Discard Rob. A good friend of mine, an artist out here on the island, lost her son to suicide. And I've decided that this piece is going to her. So I'm just doing my best to get some really beautiful cloudy kind of swirls cut in there and sanded, and there's a leaf here. So I'm going to cut in like the leaf line on each side. I should actually draw them. So I want to make sure that that happens. So when it's angled like this, I'm going to follow up here, and then you kind of let it go up like that. And that's how you would do a leaf line from this angle. I know that can be kind of confusing sometimes when people are doing things at angles and stuff, but I've drawn for so long, I just kind of know the angles to do that. And then I want to have either a line, a leaf, like a center line going up, or I'm going to do a vein, like make it so it's a raised one. And I would do that by like literally, I'll use a frickin' laser here and make it so this thing don't roll. See, can you guys see what I'm doing? So I would like use my laser, get right up the frickin' middle of her. And I ain't gonna say that's what she said. And I'll do it that way, right? So I would like, I'll set this up on something so I'm not holding it, and then make it so that this ain't rocking, and then I'll just make a couple pencil lines. But that's how I do shit like that. You guys, can you see that? It's like a laser for level, a laser level. But yeah, that's how I do stuff like that. It's just an easy way, and then you're not second guessing yourself, right? But I'll cut those leaf lines in, and then we're gonna do her eyes. Like so now, like I said, you guys, we're gonna do closed, serene, swooping closed eyes. And now that, sorry, I'm just gonna do this for a second so I can see in here. Now that we've got the eyes a bit better established, so that looks about right. Now, I've known from, I know from drawing and just how I draw things in general, sometimes if you're making closed eyes, having them a bit closer down to the bottom lid can help it just look a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, but so you're not second guessing like what's going on, right? But this one needs to come down lower. Sorry guys, but this is important stuff. You can't, you don't want to F up and just wing it and then be like wishing you hadn't later. So on the corners here, as you can see, it's wider there. So before I cut this line in, I am going to smarten that up so it's more, let's just see quickly. Don't do this, guys. I'm not wearing my PPE. I just want to see. Don't do it well, we do. Yeah, swoop right up like the other one, like that. Man, do I like those fine detail burrs. It's like my 7144, but it's got more bite. Okay, all right, that's looking better now. I just breathed in a whole bunch of frickin' wood. So what I'll do here, you guys, is I'm going to put in a Dremel 106. It's one of the smaller balls, Carbide ball, and I got one right here on my wrist. Just itching. Klein Tools, magnetic cuff. Find the link down below in my links, you guys. This thing is frickin' awesome. It's from in my Amazon links. We're Amazon associates. I'm supposed to mention that every time. Hey, Kevin Durek is here. How you doing, Kevin? Thanks for coming, man. Great to see you. Morning, Kevin. Where is Kevin coming from? I never knew that. I gave my prototype away to the person I lived with. However, a bunch of people were around and undervalued the piece. Let's see if I can't speed her up a bit. How about bead? Oh, you're in Toronto. That's awesome, Kevin. Thanks for coming, man. That's awesome. I've been good. Just being Wowie, doing what Wowie do, just trying to, make a little art, make a little light in this world. I sure do appreciate you popping by, Kevin. Kevin's a really good supporter and part of the whole carving community. I always see him on everybody's streams. He's supporting, and just a really, really good guy. And a Canadian brother. Fucking tribe strong, Kevin. So yeah, guys, I'll put that on. And then we'll cut in that lid. And then, just put that there so I don't lose it. We gotta figure out, now, the cheeks. Since I'm out here and talking and stuff, let's just do a little bit of planning here. I'm like kind of like I don't know. Like my brain is telling me to go down lower with the cheek. Way down here. And then I can figure out like a nice little like a peaceful little look on her face. We want to capture serenity and inner peace. That's the vibe that I want to get here for her. And you guys, we need to figure out a name for, like, up until now, all of the flower vases, because this whole thing started when I did one, but it wasn't one that Pete turned. It was one that I bought. I found this turned vessel in an antique store, and it's a vase, right? So I carved a face into it, and I named it Fiona, and that's how this all started with the pieces that Pete has turned. It started as the Fiona project, and Pete made 5 vessels. Okay, now since then there's been Flora, Felix, the Warrior Vase, and now this one. But we kind of go with F word, like an F name. Don't have to, but we've been kind of doing that, and it's flower vase, right? These are all flower vases. So Felix, Flora, flower vase. It just sounds good, right? So I want you guys to think too on possible names. I was thinking Francis, because we have a Miss Francis in the tribe. I was thinking maybe Francis. But think about that, you guys, because she has to have a name. Let me just have a little quick check at the prep there. Hey, the electric whittler is here. Felicia. That's cool. I like Felicia. Well, thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that. The electric whittler is in the house. Much love to the tribe, says Josh. Thank you, man. Thanks for popping in, bro. I know you're a busy man, as are so many people here. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like. Thank you. Subscribe. Yes, it really, really helps, man. Frida. Frida is a cool one. Or just name her Serenity. That's a good idea. We'll all think about this. Felicia Ferdinand is pretty neat. Holy smokes. Old Josh the Electric Whittler has got all sorts of awesome ideas. Hesisha, Roman goddess. Hesisha. I'll have to learn how to say it right, Spike. Freya is a goddess. Yes, Freya is. Freya is a good one. Good thinking, Jen. I like Freya. That is a goddess too, and I could look up into more of what she's about. Maybe one of mine, if he's on the laptop, he could be our one of mine. Usually is like my Joe Rogan backup guy that like looks up everything as I ramble, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Freya, I'm liking that. I'm liking that, you guys. Frickin' rights, man. I can always count on you, tribe. Mark's still here. From New Zealand, you guys. And Mark is an awesome carver, too. As is Josh the Electric Whittler. Well, you guys, I'm going to get those cut in. And these cheeks, like what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the material underneath my cheek line there. And I'm going to do it with a Kutzall ball. And I want to do it so that it's very, very, not slight, but I'll start with this little Kutzall ball and coarse, and then I'm going to move to the same little ball. Now, this is 1/8, these are 1/8 shaft, but I believe they call these balls 1/4 inch sphere. So that's like that. And like I wanted to say too, I'm sorry, but I have to say this because I just remembered. In my Amazon links for the 7144, in the listing, it says it's a 332, but it's not. It's a 1/8 shank with a 332 tip, and it'll throw people off. So you have to, like, when you're starting to learn about bits and burrs, lots of times that measurement you see in the listing is for the tip of it, whether it be a 1/2 inch sphere, 1/4 inch sphere, or a 332 tip, 7144 in 1/8, right? So I don't want people, because it even confused me. I was on Amazon looking up making sure my links still work, and the 7144 said 332, and I'm like, what the frick is going on here? But then I sat there and actually thought about it. And that's the reason, because they're measuring the tip of it. So that's kind of, it can throw a person on for a loop, you know? So I'm going to take those balls, and I'm going to cut underneath my pencil line, which I do a lot, you guys. And I will encourage that if you're a carver, leaving your pencil line and just cutting underneath your pencil lines, but leaving the line is a really, really good way of getting it as close as you can get it, and not wondering, because if you follow that pencil line and cut it away, it's very, very easy to go off course. I don't know why, but it's just what I've found. And so I always leave my pencil line, I cut underneath it. And then if it's one of these things, like if this needs a line straight up, like if I wanted to cut a line straight up this thing, I would make the line a little bit higher, and then I would follow that pencil line and cut underneath it, and then when I'm done, I'm right up the middle. So I'd make my pencil line a little bit, like a millimeter to the left, and then that's just a little trick. And then when you're done and you erase your pencil, your cut line is like right on spot. So that's just a little thing that I do. So on these cheeks, I'll use those little Kutzall balls, and I'll leave the pencil line, and I just want to cut away so that there's a bit of a difference, and then we're going to be taking that material all the way down here so that there's a difference in the profile, and then we're going to figure out her little peaceful mouth. Okay? So let's see if we can get that far in today's episode. If that's cool with you guys. So where's that little one that I was just thinking of putting on? Because I got this one. Let me see here. Let me get my burrage sorted here. That's a little one. I'll sharp does that feel? I don't know. That might be. That's like the tiniest one. I think this is the 106 here. That's the one I want. I can tell. I can just tell just by a little spin of it that the flutes are really, really sharp. And then but then I get it up here, and it's like pretty big. Still looks pretty big. I think I'm gonna go with that one tiny smaller. Oh my goodness, wowie. Okay, this one looks nice. Yeah, that's a nice sharp one. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in there, cut that in, switch over to those balls, get the cheeks figured out, and then we'll take some material away, and we'll see how we're doing. If that's cool with you folks. But until we got to get there, I'll just keep talking. We'll go to the first playlist, our first playlist that I've ever... that stick good? Yeah, that sticks nice. The original playlist when I first started this live. And then when the machine and the dust and everything goes, I'll turn off the mic. But that's what we're doing. I can see that this one here needs a little bit deeper on the swoop down. Just a tiny bit farther down and up. This one too, just a tiny bit further down. Yeah, that looks okay. And I can tell, like on this cheek, there's a bit of a an angular spot here, and I just know that if this one's like nice and rounded, like nice gradual, but this one has like an angle there, get rid of that. It'll throw you off when you're shaping them and everything. So now that I fixed that little thing a bit, put my little cheek line back on there. It's okay, but they're not exactly, but they're a frickin' start. Okay, enough of that, wowie. Jeez. Talking about these people's precious time, and you're here rooting and tooting and doodling. Okay? So if that's cool with you, oh, one of mine. Mythology, the name belongs to the Norse god of love, beauty, fertility, and war. In Norse lore, she is a central revered figure who traveled in a chariot pulled by cats. Isn't that interesting? Freya. Isimud is the deity that helped Enki create all of the humanoid species of the planet. Yes. The Anunnaki. A correction, a deep state of happiness and well-being is felicity? Okay, that's very cool. One of mine said Felicia is a feminine given name of a Latin origin derived from the word felix, which means happy, fortunate, or lucky. So Felicia is kind of like the female version of Felix, and we got a Felix already. Felicity. Look up Felicity, Joseph says. Frey is an awesome goddess. Okay, these are really, really awesome ideas, and thank you guys for looking these things up for me. That's awesome. Kevin belongs to me. Beats all non-essential gods and the bringer of peace. Drinks too much and likes to party and cannot be killed. That's awesome, Kevin. Venus vase is a neat idea. Okay. Yes, go Canadians. Go Canada. Be safe. No worries, so. Hey, you came and popped in. We really appreciate you, sister. I'll be cheering on the Canadians as well. Go Habs. That's right, Tarek. Montreal. Okay, guys. Well, I'll get this playlist here going. Larry, forget me not. Forget Me Not. Flowervase. That's pretty cool. Forget Me Not Flowervase. Wow, I got a chill when you said that, Pete. Wow. That would be great. Pen on Fire. Yeah, Tom from Kindred Spirits messaged me this morning. His last name starts with an S. Civet? Oh, I'm bad with names, but he's coming to Vancouver, and he's like, what are some must-see things in Vancouver? And I've been thinking about that all day. It's weird when you live here, but then somebody asks that, and it's like, lots of things are nice in Vancouver. Stanley Park. Just have a total brain fart, but I like Forget Me Not Flowervase. That's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna hit that music, you guys, and get our mics set up here. Much love, so.
Had
By two brothers, one vision.
And we are back. Oh, well, thanks for coming, Pete. Thank you, sir. Do I keep record of my thumbs ups? No, I don't usually, sir, because it makes me sad. But I think 26 is pretty darn good, man. Thank you. Looks pretty good, Mary. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you guys being here. You can hear me, right? Have a great night, Pete. Thank you. So, that's where we're at, guys. Her peace and serenity is slowly coming out. I got some work to do to even out the eyelids and everything else, and sand all these and the fine tuning. Lots of fine tuning to do, but as you can see, that profile is slowly getting there. I got to take that away more so that the chin don't push out, but we are getting there, you guys. We are getting there. And I don't want you guys to get, too bored with the one piece, but next week we'll be a lot farther along. Maybe I'll work on it before I get there, but unless you guys are cool with just keeping this as a WIP piece and we just complete it together, right? Like we have been. I would like you guys' thoughts on that. It's looking great. Thank you, Joseph. Looking awesome. Wow. Thank you, Daniel. I think that's a standing code. His affiliate code. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everybody. Here, we are going to the front facing, so I can give you guys the old send-off in style, the way it's supposed to be. You guys be able to see, oh, Wowwy, Jesus. And as always, guys, thank you for being here and supporting me and Two Brothers, One Vision. There is no YouTube without you, and that's the pure truth of it. I truly appreciate you all. And if you hadn't yet, please hit that thumbs out all the way out. Give old Algie a little treat. She deserves it. She's looking thin. She's looking thin, old Algie. Thank you, Jen. Forget me not. That's what I use for I electroform driftwood knots. Joseph, and I call my necklaces forget me nots. That's cool, eh? Thinking on the same lines there, brother. Thinking on the same lines. Yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you for being here. Do it to it. That's right, Happy Curmudgeon. We are doing it to it. And like I said, you guys, thank you, Hobo. Stay blessed. You stay blessed, too. And thank you for your magic, Jack. Every day when I come into my creation station, that's the first thing I hear. And it blesses the place. It truly does. Appreciate you, man. Take care, Joseph. Take care, Tarek. Thank you, Tarek, for being here, brother. Thank you all. There is no YouTube without you. And this has been WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Be good to yourselves, you wonders, and the ones you love. Shed a little light and love into this world. Great video, brother. Much love. Thank you, Daniel. You keep shining too, man. Love you all. And with that, folks, much love. Wowwy out.